Live in studio, late afternoon comment show today. Let me get to my channel, make sure everything is kosher. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I am. I'm talking like this, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm talking like this. All right, let's wait for a couple people to get on in. We'll do a quick version of the comment show. I didn't forget. I just had a busy morning and afternoon, early afternoon. So I'm here now, though. And I see that I got to... hang on, my cords are all mangled. Bill O'Wright's low audio, huh? Hold on. Let me check, sir. What about now? Hold on, let me check my other audio. Is that still low? Hey, what's up, Bluto? Nice to have you here. Blue Unicorn, nice to have you here. Tanya, nice to have you here as well. About to sleep. Okay, no worries, Blue Unicorn. Comment show quickie, Matthew the King says. Yes. How's the audio for everyone? Bill O'Wright says low audio. Is that the general consensus in chat? Are we having audio issues? Let me check out this other portion here. Yeah, let's see. The audio was a little low, so we will try to correct that. Looks good there. One other place to check. Hold on. I hate having audio issues right away, you know. Hold on. Accessibility, hearing device. I don't need this on. What is this on for? Let's get rid of that. Okay. How's the audio for everybody? Sound is good? Okay, right on. J-Bat, thank you for being in here. Audio is good. All right. 5x5, Bluto says. Sounds fine. Okay. I think we're in good shape. Let's go ahead and get started here. Let's hit you guys with the Sanford. I think you guys like the Sanford and Son intro probably the best. Welcome, everybody, to the 28th of September edition, the final September edition of 2024 of the MLH Comment Show. I, of course, am MLH. We got a few things to go over, not too much. I won't keep you guys too well. J-Bat says, MLH, you need a song. Moses, welcome. Nice to have you in chat as well as always. Thank you for being here. Ferry, Tanya, Matthew the King, Blue Unicorn, King Bluto, of course, J-Bat, my buds. Bernie's in the house. Did you want to say something, Bernie?
Hi.
Okay, thanks, Bernie, for the welcome interruption. How are you, Bernie?
Good. Sorry.
That's okay. I was just reading chat. It's all good in the hood. Blue Unicorn's in there. Bill O'Wright. Don't think I missed anybody. I think I got you. King Bluto. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start. Let's transition on over to the comments and get going. At the end of the show, so you guys, I hope you stick around. I got a quick little update on something that I will tell you. I was unceremoniously detained by an officer, a deputy sheriff. So I'll tell you a little bit about that later. Can't talk about it too much, but I will give you guys a small skinny on what happened. So Stick around for that. Let's transition on over to the comments. Start at the bottom here. Big Chief, one of my great mods, said on one of my comments about the dumb election that's coming up. I angered somebody, and we'll see that comment in a minute, by saying it was a dumb election. Becky, welcome. Nice to have you here. Becky, I didn't have time to get back with you. I've been extremely busy today, but thank you for reaching out, Becky, and I'm doing all right. To let you know, back issues aside, today's a little bit better backwise, but MLH's song debuted on his game. MLH on ColecoVision. Yeah, pretty much, Matthew. All right. So let's continue here. Is shit show is what Big Chief said, and I agree. I can't stand election years. I don't like either party, and you guys know how I feel about that. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. South Park did a really good job of it. Shit sandwich, or I can't remember what the other choice was, but it's like eating, I don't know, two shitty foods that you don't like lima beans and I don't fucking know, sour cream for me. Like give me the choice between those two, and I'd rather not eat either. I asked you guys what you'd do if there was seemingly no solution to any number of life's problems. Blue Unicorn, who's in chat, says, concern thyself with that which is within and ignore all that is without. Stoic axiom. Yes, it's all you can do, pretty much, Blue Unicorn. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you just got to kind of go with the flow. Yellowstone Caldera 2024. I agree, man. Yeah. Let's see. Joko says, I got word this afternoon that JC News Now is out. Okay, well, that's good. I don't know what happened to him, Joko. I haven't kept up with a lot of the goings on. I've been extremely busy myself, so it's hard to keep up on the YouTube streets with stuff, but that's good news. So good. Karen Francis Lewis says, sleep. The fibromyalgia uses up all the spoons, so I can't see a path forward until I recharge enough to do the dishes. And the convoluted metaphor indicates that I should be considering sleep sooner rather than later. Yeah, I understand, Karen. Like my back, I don't have fibromyalgia, but my back definitely is letting me know lately that you can only do so much. Here's the comment. Fabdras, welcome. Yeah, I know. I usually do it earlier in the day, Fabdras. I got caught up doing a lot of stuff and, had to take care of some business, but I am here. Let's see. Eagle Eye says, the election is not, quote, dumb. Your life and the future of our democracy depends on the outcome. Being subjected to, quote, dumb attack ads is irrelevant compared to what you could be subjected to when these, quote, dumb ads are done and there are no more elections. So sorry you're bothered. Although I do enjoy your cynicism, Eagle Eye, like, why do I always need to pick the lesser of two evils in and I'm going to say it, a dumb election, Eagle Eye? That's my question. Why do I always have to pick the lesser of two evils? Why can't I pick the greater of two goods at some point? It's never happened in my lifetime, and I'm a bit older, so I know what I'm talking about. Blue Unicorn says it best, vote for your servitude. It always works, And then McGrew said, dumb is telling someone else how to feel. And I couldn't agree more with that sentiment. Look, to me, it is dumb because it's always the lesser of two evils. It's never the greater of two goods. And that, to me, is irrational logic, right? Ka says, I'm thankful every U.S. person gets to vote. Whatever they vote, it is a win for the republic for which we all stand. Yay, USA, vote. I agree with you, Ka. It could be way worse. We could be in a dictatorship and, all this shit that people say. But, I mean, I just hate the fact that we always have to choose between a shit sandwich and the other lesser of two evils. It bothers me to no end. We can never get two great choices. It should be actually 5, 10 choices and pick the best of those choices, but it's never that way. We always have to pick the lesser of two evils. And Cajun Randy, welcome. Nice to have you here. Vincent, welcome. Mr. Morales. Election isn't dumb. It's your duty as a citizen. I understand that. I think the election is dumb because of the lack of choices that we have, Vincent. But I do agree it's your civil duty to vote. But, it's just like, if you vote, you can't complain because you are responsible for all of this. See, there's that logical rationale too. It goes both ways. Some people say if you don't vote, it's your own fault. You could have had a voice, right? Well, it goes the other way too. If you don't vote, you can't complain, because you're responsible. You voted, right? So I see the logic. But I also think it is important. Carrie Ann, welcome. Nice to have you here in chat. I agree. We need more than a two-party system, but we have to do what it takes to rid this country of Trump. I know may be an unpopular opinion. I don't think it's unpopular. Half of the country feels that way, Tanya, and the other half, some of them are delusional. Like I don't think it's the entire Republican Party, Tanya. I don't choose sides because I can't stand either party, but I think they're just at this point stuck with Trump. I mean, I don't know when the end point is. Maybe it'll be November 5th or whenever this election is over. But, yeah, life isn't fair, Vicente. Life is not fair for sure. Susan Everett, nice to have you in chat as well. I think voting is a responsibility regardless of the choice. I understand your complaint, though. It is a valid complaint, Carrie Ann. But I do agree. It's a civil duty. And you also in this country, you have a right to protest. And you can't blame a protest voter for your choice not getting the nomination or the presidency or any other voting thing. That's the wrong way of thinking. I think a protest vote is every bit as valid as a vote. You know what I mean? I really do. So, I mean, either way, that's the way this system is drawn up. Nobody puts a gun to our head and says you have to vote. It's incumbent upon you to either vote or not based on your beliefs and your, things. Kamala tried to trespass me from a public park. She didn't like my stance on the Second Amendment. Fuck her. I understand that way of thinking too, Polly. I get it. I understand. I 100% get all. I that's why I'm saying, Paulie, it's choosing between, two distasteful foods that you don't like. You know what I mean? Like you have to really hold your nose and pull that lever, don't you? Well, what I'm saying is, I'm tired of pulling that lever for the lesser of two evils. I want the greater of two goods next time, or 10 goods. I'd prefer 10 goods instead of 2. More is always better, right? So if you have 10 people to choose from at any given point in time, we wouldn't have this issue of bipartisanship and division clear across the board. I actually think the two-party system will be the death of this nation, to be honest with you, because by its very nature, it's dividing people into two camps. You either have to vote for the Democrat or the Republican. There's never any other option. And I don't want to hear, yes, there are options. You need to get 1% for this and 5% and blah, blah, blah. No. I want the popular vote to count, and I want more options up at the top so I don't have to pick the lesser of two evils. So, all right, Ham It Up again says, I'm incredibly tenacious. I never give up. I employ advice and perspectives from friends I trust. I try new things. It's a great point. Thank you for being a member, Ham It Up. I really appreciate that. Memberships are available. I've lost a lot of members because a lot of them were gifted. But any help would be appreciated. Chris on the drums. Unfortunately, they're only going to become more frequent the closer we get to November. The TV ads aren't as annoying to me as the robocalls and robotext I get. Thankfully, my phone is set to deny all calls not in my contact list, but the texts still come through. I can honestly say I don't know a single person who changed their vote via phone call or text. Just stop it already. I tend to agree. I think they're super annoying, either party that sends them to me. I get emails from Trump all the time. I get texts from the Harris camp all the time. Like it's madness. You have two choices, and to me, neither choice is ideal. So, whatever. Telling the slaves to vote for shackles or the whip does the slave no good. Good. Checking out for today, Susan says. No worries, Susan. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. Vincent says, only person who put a gun literally to me and my 9-year-old head is a cop. The enemy is already among us. 100%, Vincent. That's something we can both agree on. The only thing right now is when we promise, is that one promises to no longer have elections is what's scary to me. That would be scary, Colorado People's News says, I have voted for my golden retriever for president before. I think this year I might vote. Maybe we can get a bunch of people to vote MLH this year. MLH 2024. What about that? Fab Daddy says, I think both candidates win. They will cancel the presidency and make our legislative branch start working. Give American 2 presidents. How about we just get more candidates and choose one? I'm okay with one, All right, let's continue on. Gimmickless says it has gotten so blatantly obvious how bad the politicians have been as actors. Not only that, but the lies are more easily exposed with today's technology. I think that's a good point, Gimmickless, 100%. McDonald, my good friend McDonald, who's I haven't seen in chat for a while, says, and this was on the Karen in the Wild video I did a little while back, said, bro, she's freestyling MLH. I guess she was. She was kind of stuck in one sentence, it's not right, or whatever she said, free long hair wigs for all, 100%. That's my platform, Polly. Everyone will get a MLH wig courtesy of me. Courtesy of the taxpayers, of course. So all of you will be responsible for paying for all these wigs. But yes, that's my number one thing on my platform. Kevin Lawfery says she's hangry. She definitely was hangry. She was complaining about ketchup. Ketchup of all things. Sue Irwin on my post says, keep moving forward and do what you can. I agree 100%, Sue. Keep doing what you do. MTW on my When a Smurf Cop Attacks says, wow, what a horrible approach to auditing. You'll give the legit ones a bad name. Let me ask you guys, have I given any auditors, any 1A auditors, a bad name in the way I approach cop watching or auditing or anything of that nature? I'll leave you guys to decide that. It's not up to me to decide that, MTW. It's all of my subscribers, the majority of them. If the majority of them think that I've been doing a bad job, well, then, of course, maybe I have to reevaluate things, but I don't think that's the case. Fraud, welcome. Nice to have you here. I'll have to send you a pic of me in a wig, Polyglock says. Yes, I'd love to see that. 100%. All right, let's continue on. Bumpy the King, I'm going to skip that comment. Actually, let me delete that comment. Boom. All right. Riddle in your head. Help save Marcellus Williams. Less than 30 hours before the Missouri government murders him and DNA proves his innocence. I read the circumstances around that case, Riddle in your head, and I couldn't agree with you more. Unfortunately, the state of Missouri went through with the execution of Marcellus Williams, And I think the more and more this happens, I don't know whether or not he was innocent or guilty, Riddle. I mean, there's enough evidence to at least put some doubt. And this is why I have a problem with the death penalty. This is a prime example. I don't want to be responsible for even one person being killed that's innocent. So it's a lot cheaper to keep people life in prison. I think that's a much more humane way of doing things. And I am adamantly opposed to the death penalty. And I know people will say, well, what about rapists and murderers? I want there to be at least a chance of um, rehabilitation. I'm not saying let these people loose, but I'm saying get them mental help. Maybe we can study them to understand the mind of a murderer. Or maybe they're just innocent and we haven't gathered all the facts. And that's a perfect example. Like, I'm still unconvinced that he didn't do the murder, but there's a lot of circumstantial stuff surrounding the Marcellus Williams case that would warrant them to have stayed that execution and maybe turn it into a life sentence and then go from there. And if it's determined that he needs to stay in there, then but now we don't even have that opportunity. So that's a problem. That's a huge problem. Let's see. I don't need it. LOL. I have hair that's below my arse. Tanya says. Yeah, but do you have the luscious locks that I do, Tanya? The flowing salt and pepper hair that I have, the almost gray hair that I have.
I like it.
I know, Bernie, you like it. I'm just kidding, Tanya. Your hair is probably beautiful. I love long hair. All right. Tar Heel 4-wheel drive says Cherokee Devil or Tsul Kalu. So yeah. That was in response to my short that I put Sasquatch is Cherokee. So that answers my question. Thank you very much, Tar Heel. On the last comment show, KT Peta said thank you. You're welcome. I don't know what I said to warrant that, but you are most welcome. Ginger on my Back on Colfax video said beautiful blue skies. It's been beautiful here in Denver. The temperatures are slowly decreasing. And I could tell that although today it was like 90 degrees and it felt like 100. But it is getting better, a lot cooler, which is good. Keeper of the list says, geese MLH, get off the Colfax. Drugs are bad. Yeah. I think I was talking about moose and geese and why aren't a bunch of moose called meese instead of geese, like how a goose is called geese if you have a bunch of them. I think that's what happened. Darlene, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. Cubana Chica, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. I have blonde with gray stripes. Yeah, exactly, Tanya. Okay, so there you go. Mine's dark brown with gray. I wouldn't consider it stripes. I'd consider it just gray hair interspersed, salt and pepper look, if you will. All right. Pelone says, MLH, thanks for the ride. You're welcome, as always, Pelone. Thank you for commenting. Devin Prospector said, missed the live, but I'm caught up now. Thank you very much, sir. Pudentain says, East Colfax is the gift that keeps on giving. Miss you, MLH. Kind of got the sentiment, Putin. Not only a lot of comments saying, welcome back, and a lot of emails, text messages, we miss you, when are you going to get back out there? I feel the love. And trust me, if I could be out there every day, I would. It's just certain things tend to keep me from doing other things, All right. Let us continue on. Becky says, my husband says mouses and gooses. He would agree with you. I think there should be, instead of moose, because that's the plural of moose, is just moose. I think they should say something like meese, like a bunch of meese. I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to me. Moose, a bunch of moose. That's one moose, but it's also a bunch of mooses. Yeah, it's like I don't know. All right, I teased everybody with a post that I put. Boy, do I ever have a story to tell you about something that happened to me in a courthouse. I will tell you what happened in a moment. Noel says, okay. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a tease. Keeper, speaking of, says, UGDTs. Bernie spank MLH. And then Jonathan says, Bernie, I second that. No, how dare you second that, Jonathan Mazzilli? How dare you? Jonathan also says, ooh, tantalizing. $5 covers the entire seat, but you'll only need the edge. Yeah, I remember that. That was like Sunday. One of those things, Jonathan. But I hear you. Well, I'll tell you what happened here in a second. Hey, it's Saturday. Where's Bernie? Keeper says. Oh, I know you're waiting for my show, Keeper. But here it is. Here it is. In Canada, a moose is a type of elk. Blue Unicorn says. A lot of things are different in Canada. Blue Unicorn. If there are several kinds of geese, you can say gooses. But if you mean more than one mongoose, it's still just mongooses. Mongoose is not correct, just like meese is not correct, 100%. Let's see if we got any held for review comments here. Doesn't look like we got any. Let's see if we got any mentions. I think we got one mention from Dragonette. They said that this use of force was within policy. They have filed an appeal, and there's donation links there for Dragonette. Thank you, Dragonette, for mentioning me. Really appreciate it. You're almost up to 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I remember when your channel first started out. Okay, so, all right. Dun, 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 dun. The big thing that happened to me, what was it, yesterday, Bernie?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's eating something while I...
Cheetos.
You're eating Cheetos. Oh, the lunch of champions, Bernie. Cheetos. I can't stand Cheetos, and you know it.
I like to dip them in peach bourbon salsa.
Peach bourbon salsa. That sounds amazing, but not so much the Cheetos. So.
It makes them even more delicious than they
Oh my God, they're horrible. They're like little balls of fat crumbs. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. Gross. Multiple Unicorn is My Little Pony. Good Citizen Media, welcome. Sandy Lee, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. Okay. So I'm going to have more on this, but I can't tell you details, but I was detained in a courthouse, if you can believe it. And basically, the thought was that I was recording in the courtroom. I'll have to tell you the circumstances of it later, because there are complaints to be filed, and there's possible Fourth Amendment violations. I mean, there's a lot going on here. It was outrageous. I was sitting there listening to a pretrial hearing, and I will give you guys more details as I can share them. But right now, just understand that I was not recording, and I broke no laws, and I was detained. No handcuffs were placed on me, but I was told to leave a public space, and they wanted to seize my phone. But what did you say, Bernie?
I said, fuck that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Well, I didn't say fuck that. What I said is you're going to have to get a warrant for that.
They need some ball punching.
Ball punching.
I'm short enough to punch.
I'm sure. Did they touch my butt? Polyglot says. No, there was no hands-on, although they were close, because I didn't want to go back in the courtroom. But I saw the way things were going, and if not, it could have been a big scene, Polly, and it ended up being a big scene. So, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to talk to you guys about it later. Chris on the drums, welcome on in, buddy. Nice to have you here as well. Unindoctrinated, that's okay. I'm on at a weird time. It's It's all good in the hood. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you. They did not touch my butt, Polyglocks.
I wouldn't touch it.
It was a hillbilly cop. He said, "Let me see your phone," and MLH misunderstood. let me seize your phone, and yeah. No, he basically said, "I need your phone," and I was like, "Well, you're gonna need to get a warrant for that." And he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do that." And do you think he did it? Of course he
No.
didn't do it. So that's pretty much. I can't really get into detail, guys. But once I get the all square. There was a lawyer involved too, that heard and seen everything involved, and was quick to come to my defense. Let's just put it that way. And of course, KDOT was there, and we will have a panel on it at some point because there's a lot to be discussed. Faux show. So, Alo, nice to have you here. I came in just in time to hear about the cops grabbing butts. No, that didn't happen. Unindoctrinated, if you knew the full story, a clown emoji is 100% warranted. And my record of never being arrested in my life is 100% intact. But I literally thought that was going to end yesterday, you all. And it would have been 100% unjustified, and, some things would have happened, and, things and stuff. Let's just put it that way.
Butts would have been punched.
No butts would have been punched, Bernie. We can't even kind of joke about that, like literally.
Very upset.
You would have been very upset. I would have been upset. But I think one thing that not only Bernie, but my audience knows, is that I don't put myself in a position to be arrested. Justifiably arrested, let's put it that way. It's always circumstantially, and not even that. It's just ego-driven and based on speculative BS. You know what I mean? It's only happened to me, I think, 3 times where I've been close to being arrested since I've started doing this. And each time I knew I was in the right. I'm always righteous when I do these things. What?
This is baloney.
It is baloney, for sure. Tongue punch. No tongue punching. Thank you, Unindoctrinated, for putting my membership link in there. It's less than a cup of coffee, all that good fun jazz, all that stuff. All right. That's all I got for you. Let's do my usual spiel at the end, and I appreciate all you guys' support. If you guys are struggling from your own mental health, please reach out to somebody that you know, love, and trust. In lieu of that, my email is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or a counselor, but I do listen, and sometimes that's what matters. But just remember, somebody out there thinks you are their favorite. Hold on to that thought. It could save your life. There is a North American hotline. You can dial. It's 988, 3 simple digits. If you're too afraid to talk to somebody, that's understandable. You can also text that number, and a counselor will get back with you in a timely fashion. Sometimes I don't always get to my emails quickly. That's why I say if you're waiting around for me to answer your email and I don't get back to you right away, like I said, just remember, somebody out there thinks you're their favorite. If you hold on to that thought, it could save your life. If you're not in North America and you don't have access to that 988 number, just type in your browser of choice, whether it's Firefox, Safari, Chrome, Opera, or any other browser out there. Mental health help. Click on any of those options, and you will get the help that you need. Okay, talk to somebody first. It's not worth going over the edge, so to speak, or doing anything rash until you talk to somebody. Okay, and I think that's all I got for you. I care quite a bit about all of you guys out there, so my email is always open. And let's talk. Let's have a cordial conversation about things, and I'll see what I can't do about getting you professional help if you need it. I've talked to several people over the years that have gone through rough times. I've been through rough times myself, and I know how it is. I've been there, done that. So, sometimes life experiences can trump even what a counselor could ever tell you. So, it's that camaraderie, human camaraderie factor. So, it's all good in the hood. Bridge, nice to have you in here. Who else? Bernie was in there, even though she's next to me. Let's see. What else? You're a good man. George, welcome. Nice to have you here. Judy, it's okay. You're late, but you're here. That's all that matters. You can catch up. Yeah, my content always stays up unless there's a specific problem. So you're always welcome to go back and listen to anything I have to say or anything of that nature, and I do appreciate you being here. Okay, that's all I got for you guys today. You guys have a fabulous rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys not tomorrow on Hot Tub, but Monday through Wednesday is usually cop watching days for me, even though I've had to tamper back my schedule, if you will, a little bit because of my back issues and some other things that have been going on in my personal life. But I'm hoping to get back out there on a regular basis to connect with you guys. Also, next month, don't forget, October 23rd through the 26th, I will be in Vegas with Bernie. You're more than welcome to meet us out there and say hey, hang out with us. If you guys want to, go with us to the various places that we're going to go, including dinners and stuff. I'm not going to pay for all y'all's dinners and stuff, but, it'd be nice to really say hi to you all and shake your hand, get pictures, all that fun stuff. So there you go.
What? You can eat lobster.
All you can eat lobster at the Palms on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Yes.
Lobster.
I know. I can't wait. I'm like, I haven't had lobster in a long time, Bernie. Since last year, yeah.
With the nuts.
Yeah, with hairy nuts, yeah, and in stitches, yeah.
I miss the nuts.
I do too. I hope they get out there. It'll be a ton of fun. Okay, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you on here again, MLH, Sandy Lee. Oh, of course. I look forward to talking to all of you and seeing all of you and all of that. So. Planning on it, Pinche Becky says. Well, I'd love to see you, Becky, and everybody out there. It'd be a ton of fun. Okay, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thursdays, I usually take off. Fridays, I got RP Grinders, which is a dorky video game show that I always post about on Fridays. I'd love to see you guys there. The second half of the show is a lot of fun. We don't talk video games normally in the back half of the show. It's mostly pop culture, politics, anything else on our mind. So I'd love to see you there. You can see me in a completely different light on that channel. Saturdays, of course, is the Comment Show, which you guys are a part of right now. And in the evening, sometimes I do a talk show. Tonight, I'm not doing it. I'm exhausted. My back hurts. All the, things that I can say to avoid doing the show tonight. It's Bernie's only day off, so I want to spend time with Bernie, stuff like that. So thank you guys so much. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys very, very soon, probably on Monday. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Oh, I did the wrong one. I did the intro. I want to do the outro first.